Okay, I am being guided to do a Twintuitive717 twin flame reading, and I'm going to tap into the collective and take a deeper dive into the divine and why it's pulling you two together even more strongly than before. I have a feeling it has a lot to do with the awakening. This seems to be a very significant year for the divine masculines, really seeing those towers shake and crumble and lose foundation. You know, when houses are sitting on stilts, I got a flash of that where I feel like two of the stilts are down. They're down, and he's not bothering to repair it. It's like someone feels as though it's better to just break it down and see what happens. Or I'm also getting rebirth, ready to rebuild. Now, when I think about the divine masculines, I keep seeing this image of them really reaching for you. The pull to you is really strong right now because you represent wisdom and truth. You have a lot of answers to what it is they're going through. One conversation with you, divine feminines, would just absolutely soothe their soul right now. There's a huge collective of them paying the price for burning the bridges with you. They're going through a lot. I feel like you were a mirror to everything that needed healing within them, but unfortunately for that to occur, you certainly had to endure a lot of the shadow side of the divine masculine in order to show it back to them, okay? Because I feel like that is why you are built so resilient and they're pulled towards you in this way that they can't explain. You don't engage in the bad habits, the pull towards you, and it feels like they can't have you because they're not good enough. The current version of themselves is not good enough. You won't bend to their will. You won't bend to their ways. You avoid them if they're not aligned to the path that is by the book. You know, you're this nerdy, A+ student, and they just want to skip class all the time, and you're not having it. You're not allowing them to turn you into, one of those kids that all of a sudden you show up the next day and you're dressed in like ridiculous clothing and, you're coughing over like puffing a cigarette and I feel like whoever you are, you stood your ground. You don't like to get your hands dirty. You take pride in your organization and your schedule. And, even if you do appear uptight or you take things too seriously, I feel like that has a lot to do with your purpose and your mission. You remember it very, very well, divine feminines. And so, yeah, here we are yet again, where you have proven that doing your homework and showing up for class is probably the best strategy. Okay, I feel like you're adjusting your glasses. It's just, that's the analogy that I'm getting here. Okay, it's like you two were sent on assignment, somebody got distracted, and now they're trying to catch up to you and say, hey, do you think you could help me study a little bit? So that is what this big pull is all about, between the two of you. So I'm going to see what the divine masculines have been working on. I've been really guided to use this Dark Mirrors deck because I feel like it'll shed some light on some of the heavy stuff, the towers falling. Okay, what are the divine masculines going through in this current energy? Okay, so we have obsession. And I mean, if you guys take a look at the last few readings that I've done, it's not just the divine masculines obsessed with you, divine feminines. Private profile, you guys should check out that reading. It's everybody that's obsessed with you, and that's why many of you have had to go into that protection mode, distance yourself from your divine masculines. A lot of truth this year is coming up about who you are, divine feminines, what it is you stand for, everything that tried to tarnish or drag your reputation, your name, your spiritual beliefs, particularly around this twin flame journey. All of those things are being shattered. I feel like anything that came up against you being the one that was wrong or out of alignment on this journey, that is all, it's fading away, or it's like the truth is coming up. I keep seeing the sun shining Maybe it could be a hot summer. It is a chilly spring, so maybe we're going to get some good sunshine when it comes to the summer. I feel like it's the masculine's time to stretch, but not before they go through this period of realization, deep realization. So this obsession could explain this strong pull to you right now, Divine Feminines. They're getting hit with all of the synchronicities. They're seeing all of the illusions. This is somebody who is waking up to see that they were playing for the wrong team. They were playing for the losing team all along. So keep your energies protected, Divine Feminines. I'm being called to say that because again, it's not only your divine masculines that are watching you. I feel like because this twin flame journey is proving to be true to many people in your own individual community, like especially people who might have poked fun at this or laughed at you, Divine Feminines. At one point, many of you would have been the target of a lot of scrutiny and criticism. And I'm seeing mockery, laughter. But now is the time where a lot of your divine masculines are realizing that, wait a second, this is the truth. So people have their eyes on you and they're obsessed with your energy, also obsessed with the divine masculine's energy because they feel like he's about to pull in a lot of that abundance that you have in your life, a lot of stability. And it just feels like everybody, sorry guys, it feels like everybody is about to latch in. My throat is like super scratchy for this reading. I don't know why. It almost feels like something doesn't want it to come out, or if it does come out, then it's even more of an eye-opener to a lot of the divine masculines that may be tuning in as well. It's like a lot of these confirmations are hitting home when they hear these readings or tune into it. I feel like it's a validation of something that their soul has been speaking to them. Okay, so something I was going to say too and dig into a little bit more. Yeah, now that the masculines are realizing that, you know, they really truly are part of this journey, or the spiritual awakening is in fact happening, because here they are again, back at square one, really in your energy, but even more strongly this time. Everybody's got their eyes on, I feel like, the both of you now. Okay, so I'm also getting the words interference, but I'm seeing maybe no one can interfere now. And that was another message that was coming through strongly. It's like people are realizing that there was nothing that they could do to stop the realization of you two like coming together. I do see a lot of like parasite energy, and I'm getting infiltration. Okay, and this is what your masculines are healing from, which is why the pull to you is even stronger now, because this is currently being released. And I'm also seeing cleansing. Maybe many of your masculines could be waking up to a health crisis. Why am I getting that? Someone's had a health crisis, and because of that health crisis, it's also acting as like a shield of protection. So many of them could have experienced some kind of health crisis where it's forcing them into having to now quit bad habits that are no longer feeding parasitic energy. And that's why they're spending more time now either alone, in isolation. They can't be out and about just like they used to anymore. Their bodies won't take it. Their body can't tolerate being around certain people. Heck, their body won't even allow them to listen to the same kind of music anymore or watch the same kind of movies. Right? Many of your masculines are going through a cleansing. They could be extra sensitive right now where they can't even get through like a movie without tearing up or crying. And that could be another sign of this pull towards you and this journey, and more so like the truth. And that's why a lot of people are obsessed with you, Divine Feminines, because you hold some kind of magic now. A lot of people were wishing, hoping, and praying that this thing between you two wasn't actually real, and now that it is, it's making a lot of people question where they are in life. How can they manifest? How can they find love like that? That's transformative. Okay, and I feel like this connection between you two has really stood the test of time. Whoever you are, Divine Feminines, I'm picking up on you really setting the tone. It's like in your community, or let's get a goddess card on the Divine Feminine energy, because I feel like a lot of people are looking up to you, or because I keep seeing people looking at you now, and it's either nobody wants to bring up your name anymore because of all of the interference that they did, or the way they might have dragged your name or reputation. Or it could just be this whole feeling of now people are just drawn in by whatever it is you have to say because it's assisting in their awakening. Okay, now many people are starting to see that you were chosen for your twin flame journey. Whoever I'm speaking to, in your community, in your town, like if you started off this journey by feeling very ostracized, singled out, there was a lot of gossip, there was a lot of feelings of these people really don't like me, and that feeling just continued to follow you wherever you were. Yeah, they didn't like you because you were acting as like a mirror. I'm seeing a lot of you shining like a diamond, or the way that a mirror glistens. Yeah, and a lot of you would be like, I don't understand. I try to be so nice and kind to other people, but when you're a mirror, people don't see you, they see themselves. Okay, a lot of you bring up the worst sides of other people through just the life that you live. People want to like you, and they know that they should, but for whatever reason, it ends up turning into either envy or, and I'm seeing this connection that you had between you and divine masculine, divine feminine. The reason a lot of you got so much attacks for this journey is because it came in the way that you two would look at one another, and the way that time would freeze for not only you two, but everybody around you as well. And their eyes were just stuck on you two, just gazing at one another in this like beautiful love. You know what it is? It's like, okay, think about how you would feel if your neighbor won the lottery, right? And they decided not to move. They just want to big it up next door beside you. You know, they just want to pop out next door beside you. Well, this is how your masculine's community started feeling about them, right? At first, it was like, let's make a mockery of this. You two think you're twin flames. Hilarious, right? And then what do we have come out years later for some of you on your journey? The whole, that Jeff and Sheila documentary. Jeff and Sheila mad in the ass, right? Anybody could see with the naked eye to what I'm mad in the head. So that didn't work, right? I feel like there was a lot of moments where, like, it was just apparent that, okay, I guess this thing actually is real between these two. And it was more so the passion, the love, the excitement. Because I'm telling you, your boy, he tell everybody about you, you know, girl. He real big you up and thing, not even knowing that he was creating envy and sending a lot of warlocks and witches your way. But you was well protected. You was well protected. Don't worry. Ever since you was a small little child, you've been protected. Don't worry, divine feminines. But, you know, that is all of the, you know, energy that they are dealing with around them now when it comes to this parasite energy. Okay, so let's get into a goddess card and just see why it is he's feeling the pull, like at this current moment. What is the key that the divine feminine offers? What is the medicine woman doing for him at this time? Okay, so we have bold. And he's going to need it. Okay, I'm seeing a staff. I'm seeing a cane. I'm seeing a sword. Maybe even like protection around him in the form of animals. Many of your masculines could just heavily be feeling the guide lately to get a dog or a cat or some kind of companionship, because it's going to act as a spirit guide, right? Is bloodshed not telling Elena? Is bloodshed no? They're going to have to... Gosh, what am I doing? We have Bridget here. Don't back down, right? With these two together, that's who's bringing the heat right now. Okay, we have Goddess Freya, Goddess Brigitte. Okay, don't back down. Stand up for what it is you believe in. That's what you did, divine feminine. And now everybody is seeing that this love and this passion between you two, it's there, it's strong. Okay, towers are shaking, deceptions are being revealed, masks are coming off. Your divine masculines are feeling uncomfortable around the people he was once pulled to. They don't feel like his people anymore. Guess who feels like family? Guess who feels like soul family? Yeah, because that's the vibration that he's in now, for allowing those towers to fall and not going into repair mode to hold up a toxic pattern or a toxic cycle, or staying in some kind of toxic energy field of people pulling you towards them for, you know, their highest good, not yours. He's breaking apart from that. It takes courage to do that. I really am seeing a staff. Somebody could be a King of Wands out there, a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, okay? Learning to stand up for themselves, stand up for what it is they believe in. This is the vibration that you carry. That's why he feels so pulled to you. He could be watching you just stand in your truth, because nobody laughing at you now, right? When people check for you. right? They're either learning from you or they just don't want to see what you have going on right now. Because you are kicking people's ass energetically, Divine Feminines. Okay, whatever project or endeavor you guys might have been inspired to do because of your twin flame journey, it might have really been delving into some of your spiritual gifts, your spiritual work. It's just being guided to make certain moves. You did seem very insane at the time, but I see that the universe was like, damn, get it, baby. And the universe made you fly, okay? It took a while for your wings to grow and spread, you know? You might have went through a little phase where you look kind of awkward, looking like the hunchback of Notre Dame. But they didn't know there were beautiful wings under there. Calling you Quasimodo and thing behind your back. Oh, no pun intended, they called you. They called you Quasimodo behind your back. They made fun of your humpback, but they didn't know there were angel wings under there. Oh my. You see how they bad mind? You see how they bad mind? Right, well, spread them wings now and unleash your adventurous side, okay? Take risks and be daring. Goodness. Goodness, goodness, goodness. All right, guys. I think we're going to call it here. This one's going on and on and on, but that's pretty much the gist of why you're feeling their energy so much right now, Divine Feminines, and why the universe is just kind of pulling you two back together again. It's really just to, I guess, continue with the ascension process here. Continue on with the awakening, right? Everybody see the truth now, right? Okay, so everybody sit down now and get back to work. That's what the universe is kind of trying to tell everybody about who you are, Divine Feminine. And your masculines are paying good attention, okay? I love you guys. I'll catch you in the next one.